Hi guys, we'll be discussing today about your Colreg's Rule 2222, and this is the last topic that we have for our midterms. Now, so we had already discussed about the part A, part B, and this one is the first part of the part C, which is included pa siya sa midterm, and the rest of the rules for the part C is nasa finals na. So part A, general application, and the part B deals with the steering and sailing rules, and the part C deals with the lights and shapes. No? So with regards to our part C, ang covered the midterm is only three. Tatlo lang. You have your Rule 20, 21, and 22. Titles, Rule 20 deals with the application, Rule 21 definitions, Rule 22 visibility of lights. No, in Rule 20, it will be this in this rule, yung mga rules na nandito discusses about how will the part C be applied to ships, no? And the Rule 21 defines all the possible terminologies that will be used for the part C, and the 22 deals with the visibility of the lights, or we'll be dealing with the arc of visibility, or the range, or for how many miles shall the lights be visible. Okay, so let's start. The Rule 20 deals, or it says in the first paragraph of our Rule 20 that rules in this part shall be complied in all weathers. So it says there that all this part C should be complied in all types of weather. May it be, for example, it's raining, or it's the weather is good, so if it's restricted visibility. So according dito sa Rule 20 natin, it should be complied at all times. Then the rules concerning lights shall be complied from sunset to sunrise. So it means that, for example, if the sun disappears on your horizon, that's your sunset. Kumbaga nagset na yung ng sun natin. And then it's nighttime. Then up to when we have your sunrise, that's the time na dapat mag-show tayo ng lights, no? And during such times, no other light shall be exhibited. Of course, para hindi natin ma ah, kumbaga ma mamali yung lights, or for example you will mistaken for another identity, no? So it should be the only lights which should be visible, of course, sa ating barko, no? For us, no, we are actually in almost all ships. We are practicing this one, that if you are on the port, no, we are not using the navigational lights now. If you're underway, that's the time that you'll be turning on your navigational lights. Now, except such lights as cannot be mistaken for the lights specified in these rules and do not impair the visibility or distinctive character or interfere with the keeping of a proper lookout. So when we're on board the ship, we usually shut all the windows, kasi there are lights coming from inside of the ship or from the accommodation, and any other sources of light. So it should be something na hindi siya madidistract and hindi siya mapagkamalan na that type of light, no, which we will be discussing later on. So ano yung itsura ng bridge paggabi? Sobrang dilim niya. That's why according to the rules also, that if you will be having your duty, you have to adjust your eyesight, because syempre galing ka sa maliwanag na lugar, or it is maliwanag in the accommodation, then suddenly on the bridge, now if you're doing your duty in the nighttime, then sobrang dilim siya. The equipments will be turned, or their dimmers will be turned on, and the only thing that you will see, the lights that you can see on the bridge, are the ones na nasa equipment, and it will not be that very distractive, or not, you will not be distracted with these lights, no. And if you go into the window, the lights that you can only see are the navigational lights from other ships, no. It will be very, very dark, no. The beauty of the night, no, the night sky, the stars that you can see, yun yung makikita yung mga lights, no. But you can differentiate naman with the navigational lights, because the navigational lights would always be on the horizon or on the sea, no. So parang ganito siya yung makikita mo at night. And That's why that you need to be uh, a person or a seafarer should not be colorblind, because if you'll be viewing on the binoculars, you'll be only seeing lights, and those lights will identify what is the aspect of the ship, or to which direction she is going, or to what is the identity of that certain ship. So at night, ang magiging identity or ang magiging basihan mo is the navigational lights, no? In restricted visibility, you will be using the radar, but with the aid, of course, of the navigational lights, mas mako-confirm natin, and it will be reliable, no? Mas reliable. So, according to Rule 20 as well, the lights prescribed by these rules shall, if carried, also be exhibited from sunrise to sunset. So, kanina, sunset to sunrise. But this time, sunrise to sunset in restricted visibility. Kapag restricted visibility, it hampers your vision, no, and you cannot see as far as your eyes can, no. Uh, your navigational lights, no, or your lights and shapes specified in these rules, no, should be shown as well from sunrise to sunset. On board the ship, if you are underway and if you are in the middle of the sea, no, we usually turn on the lights na lang 24 hours, no. You have actually two lights there, that the one will be the backup light, kumbaga parang reserve siya, that in case the one will be the other light will be busted, then another light can be turned on. And part of your pre-departure preparations as a deck officer later on, you'll be checking these lights, no? You just turn on. Kasi pag hindi siya nag-turn on or mayroong busted na light, it will give you an alarm. So parang part na yan ng SOLAS convention natin, mga regulations, that it should be something like that. And for this one naman, for complying with the rules, of course, you need to, siniswitch on na lang namin, kasi there are times that the visibility will not be really good for some, and parts of the ocean it will be a little bit foggy, so we are sometimes not sometimes, but we are turning on the navigational lights 24/7. If pagdating sa port, that's the time that you'll be turning off the navigational lights. The lights that you can see if you're on board the ship and if you are on the bridge, ito lang, no? I think this one is around mga sunrise or sunset, I think. And the lights, yung makikita mo, you might be confused probably with the silhouette that you'll be seeing. Kung kapag magiging dependent ka lang sa silhouette, the lights will give you or will aid you on what is the orientation or what is the aspect of the ship. Kanina pa ako nagsasalita about the aspect. The aspect will be about, or is about, how the ship is positioned to you. You know, how you perceive or how you see that ship. May it be going to starboard ba siya, going to port side ba siya, you're seeing the forward of the ship, or you're seeing the stern part of the ship. So, yun, pag sinabi natin aspect. Now, katulad dito, for example, the ship is ahead of me. No? So, ahead of you, so nakita mo is meron siyang green light, meron siyang red light, and meron siyang white light sa taas. In bigger ships, you'll be actually observing two masthead lights. And later on, discuss natin yan sa definition of terms. The rules concerning shapes shall be complied with by day. So, kapag daytime, kapag nag-start na nagkaroon, it will be visible na meron ng light along our horizon, we need to hoist the shapes. Shapes are black, no? And are visible, of course. Now, there are specifications later on that will be discussed in, I think, the Annex 1, which is here. The lights and shapes specified in these rules shall comply with the provisions of Annex 1 to these regulations, because we will be later on discussing about the size of the shapes that should be used on board the ship, as well as the color, the intensity, the distance from the deck, from the deck line, All of those things will be discussed in our Annex 1. Rule 21 deals with definitions. Masthead light means a white light placed over the fore and aft center line of the vessel, showing an unbroken light over an arc of the horizon of 225 degrees and so fixed as to show the light from right ahead to 22.5 degrees above the beam on either side of the vessel. Medyo mahaba-haba. To cut it short, we have, di ba, mast, no, forward mast and aft mast. So sa forward mast natin, there is a mast headlight doon na nakalagay, and then that light will be from ahead of me. It should cover the arc, no, 225 on both sides, and it should extend farther to the beam, kasi ang beam is this one, ang beam ko is left starboard beam and the port beam. So abaft for about 22.5 degrees. As I said, ito yung masthead light natin, no? Meron kang isang lower and isang upper. We'll be discussing more of this sa Annex 1. But we'll be having two because that is the most common, and especially in the cargo ships, no? Larger ships. So, ito siya, no? The lights, the upper lights here, and the red light that you're seeing is this one. So, this ship is going to the port side, no? And this one, pag nakikita mo yung green, then yung later on, papakita ko yung illustration, then yun siya. The stern light is this one. So, ito yung magiging arc of visibility that I'm discussing. So, 22.5, ito siya. This is your beam, no? And this one is 22.5. 22.5. No? So, from right ahead mo, then papunta sa likod, that's 112.5 degrees. So, that's 225. Multiplied by 2 yung 112.5, then that's 225. So, the range of visibility of this one shall be 225. Side lights. We have side lights. It means the green light on the starboard side, of course, tandaan lang yan, pag green starboard side, and the red light on the port side, red port side. Each showing an unbroken light over an arc of horizon of 112.5 degrees and so fixed as to show the light from right ahead to 22.5 degrees above the beam. So parang kalahati siya ng masthead light natin, wherein it has the 225 in our illustration, diba? 225, and then half of it is 112.5. The half should be the green light and the half should be the red light, because that would signify the starboard side and that signifies the port side. So, anong magiging itsura niya? Ito yung magiging itsura niya. So, you have here your red light, which signifies that this one, you are seeing the port side of the ship. This one, you are seeing the front part of the ship, ahead aspect niya. So, nakita mo, dito yung starboard side ng ship, and this one is the port side of the ship. And you are seeing the masthead lights. That means kasi, ito, dahil mas mataas to, ito siya, and then this one, the lower one, is this one. So, kapag nakaharap siya sa'yo, gaganon siya, mag-a-align siya. If you can still remember the rules in Rule 14, na kapag nag-align si masthead light mo, ibig sabihin, that ship is deemed to be ahead of you and there is a possible head-on situation if it is right ahead. That ship is right ahead of you. So, ganun din. Sinasabi, as I've been discussing, that it should be 22.5 degrees above your beam, no? Our starboard side light. We have the stern light. The stern light means a white light placed as nearly as practicable at the stern, showing an unbroken light over an arc of 135 degrees and so fixed as to show the light 67.5 degrees right aft on each of the side of the vessel. So, anong ibig sabihin nun? For example, no, dahil, as you can see in our illustration, from ahead, only 22.5 degrees lang ang ating side lights as well as yung masthead light na forward and aft. The stern light natin is sa likod naman siya and it's 135 degrees. From your beam, kung ito yung beam natin, then it should be Ito siya, 22.5 degrees above the beam. And anong sabi dito? 67.5 degrees from right aft on each side. So it means that this one, from this one, right aft mo talaga, 67.5 degrees. No? Ito siya, on both sides. So, ang magiging labas niya, at night, you will be only seeing a white light. So, allow me to show to you the 3D illustration that I've made. So, this one is it. So, eto siya. Limit siya, limit. Okay, so here, as you can see, we are now seeing the starboard aspect, no? Or we are seeing the starboard side of the ship. As you can see, ang visible lang is the green light and the white light, the two white light. Now notice na kapag that ship is ahead of you siya, the mast headlights will be aligned, and this one is the green light and this one is the red light. Kita mo na ngayon si red light. This side is the port side of the ship and this side is the starboard side of the ship. Oh, di ba? Ngayon, nakikita natin na align si mast headlight natin and you are seeing the green and the red. No? This one kasi is the starboard side and this one is the red side. Now, we'll try to work with the port side. Now, you are not seeing the green light. What we are seeing is the red light. No? So, the red light natin, this one signifies that you are seeing the aspect that you are seeing is the port side of the ship or the left side of the ship. You are still seeing the mast headlight kasi, di ba, it is still visible up to 22.5 degrees on the port side. No? And we are seeing it 225 degrees. So, ito siya. We are still seeing it. The red light. So, this means that that ship is you are seeing the port side of that ship. Ito yung magiging basis kasi ito yung ginagawa ng iba. Kapag nakita mo raw yung red light ng barko, you are on the port side of that ship. That means you have a vessel. No, if you have a vessel in front of you, and specifically on your starboard side, that means you need to you are the, parang sinasabi nila, stop. Ang stop ibig sabihin, you are the giveaway vessel. Kasi you should, kumaga parang hindi naman siya literally to stop, but you need to give way to that vessel. Kasi red, di ba? Red. Kailangan mo siyang wag kang sa kanya, wag mo siyang tumbukin, kumbaga. You need to alter course because you are seeing red. Kapag green, notice nyo, kapag nakikita natin ang green side or ang starboard side niya, diba? That means papunta siya sa doon, no? So, that means if it is on the, like for example, starboard bow, ibig sabihin pupunta na siya doon, papalingon na siya. Pag nandito siya sa kabila, that means you are on the starboard bow, or you are on the starboard side of that vessel because nakikita mo green. So that means you need to just go to proceed with your course rather, because you are a stand-on vessel if you are seeing green. So parang green is parang go, you just go. And if you're seeing red, then you need to parang stop. Yung sinasabi nila na parang mnemonics for you to easily understand, to easily remember what should be done. No? So yun, we are seeing red, then we are seeing the port side aspect of that ship, and you are on the port side of that ship. Now let's see kung ano ang magiging itsura niya. Yes po, ito ang magiging itsura ng barko if you are seeing the stern part of that ship. You'll be seeing this type, or you'll be seeing this light kapag you are overtaking. Kapag nag-overtake ka sa kanya. So, you will be slowly seeing the if for example dito ka dadaan sa starboard side, you'll be slowly seeing the lights. For example, dadaan ako dito ngayon, no? So parang ganun siya, no? So unti-unti magiging parallel siya sa akin. Nakikita ko yung green light niya, and then yung masthead lights and the stern light. Slowly hindi ko na siya nakikita. So that means I have already overtaken that certain vessel, no? So yun, yung mga aspect natin, you have head and the green part, which signifies your starboard side, no? This we are now seeing the starboard side, and on this side later on is our port side of the ship. Okay, on the top view, yeah, yung magiging top view. So you have your stern light here, the masthead lights there, and the green and a green for the starboard, and you have your red for your port side. Okay, so to continue our discussion, we have towing light. The towing light means a yellow light. Take note, towing light is yellow light. However, the characteristics will be the same as the stern light. So it can be found on the stern part, and then it shows like it's a stern light, but it's color yellow. So if it's yellow, then that's a towing light. An all-round light means light showing, katulad ito, lahat ng angle, makikita mo si 360 degrees na light, no? Si all-round light. If it is a flashing light, it means it's a light flashing at regular intervals at a frequency of 120 flashes or more. So if it's flashing 120 flashes or more, it's a flashing light. So Rule 22, visibility of lights. Now, Rule 20 will be dealing with the application. How will the lights and shapes be applied on board the ship? Rule 21, we have defined all the basic terminologies that we will be using and will be used on board the ship. And Rule 22 deals with the visibility of lights. The lights prescribed in this rule shall have an intensity as specified in the Section 8 of Annex 1 to these regulations so as to be visible at the following minimum ranges stated in nautical miles. Now, in a vessel 50 meters or more in length, so it means 100 more, 200 more, 50 meters, but 50, exactly 50 or more. No? So the masthead light should be 6 miles. The side light should be 3 miles. The stern light, the visibility should be 3 miles, towing light 3 miles. And meron tayo sa ibang ship na smaller ships. No? Kino-combine si white, red, green, all-round light, it should be 3 miles. No, parang lantern siya na combined lantern. So 6 miles ang masthead light, 3, 3, 3. Okay? 50 meters or more. For 12 meters or more in length naman, 12 meters or more in length, ang masthead light should be visible within 5 miles. 5 miles. Then the rest 2, 2, 2. So it's 6, 3, 3, 3, 5, 2, 2, 2. However, the 5 miles only applies when it is less than 50. Less than 50. So that means 49. No, 49.9, ganun. 49. So less than 50, kasi pag 50, it will be under 50 or more. So the masthead light is 6. So here, 5 miles, but provided that it should be greater than 20. Kasi kapag less than 20, that means the masthead light can be 3 nautical miles minimum, 3 nautical miles. So if you are an 18-meter ship, so your masthead light should be at least 3 miles, no, visible within 3 miles. Then the rest will be 2 miles, 2 miles. So 5 nautical miles, less than 50, kumbaga parang 20 to 49, no? Ito rin, 5 nautical miles, then the rest will be 2 nautical miles. If you're less than 20, 3 nautical miles lang. If you are a vessel less than 12 meters, take note, kanina dito, 12 meters or more. So kapag 12 meters ka pa, still, you are covered by this 5222 or 3222 na setup. But if you are less than 12 meters, then you are 21222. So masthead light 2 miles, side light is can be 1 mile, stern light is 2 miles, 2 miles, then the combined lantern can be 2 miles. So it's 2, 1, 1, then 2, and 2. So yun yung magiging visibility ng lights ng ating uh, lights prescribed by our Rule 22 or 2222. So in inconspicuous or partly submerged vessels or objects being towed, it should show an all-round white light which is about which is visible for 3 nautical miles. So katulad nito, tinutow siya or hinihila siya, this partly submerged object or tow should show an all-round white light which is visible for 3 nautical miles. Magkaiba si towing light kasi si towing light natin should be same as with the stern light. Same as with the stern light, and it is 135 degrees only on the stern, while this one being towed all-round white light at about 3 nautical miles. So if you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask me on my M rooms. You'll be having your exams in the coming days, and I hope that you are learning something, you are getting something from the videos that I'm making. Please, if you have questions, please do message me in the M rooms, message me on the Facebook Messenger, or you can text me. And for us to meet each other next semester, or probably in the next coming days or next coming weeks, please stay safe. No, but with regards to your connectivity, please be safe as you find some areas that will be having a good connection, and I hope that we'll be seeing each other in the next semester. So magpa face to face. So I wish you all the best and good luck to your midterm exams. Stay safe.